Hi, I'm Gail Crosman-Moore, and I'm here today to share with you this video workshop on many different coloring techniques for metal. They're non-traditional in nature because they don't have the permanence that the metal does, but I'm here to hope that you're happy and willing to experiment with new ideas and new materials. As we go on, I'll go into more detail in all of these areas, but I want to do a brief introduction on what you see in front of you and what materials I've used to achieve those results. We'll start right here with these earrings, which are using alcohol inks. And alcohol inks do a wonderful thing with a non-porous surface for coloring metal, ceramics, all kinds of things that normally you would need to apply a pigment that would totally cover it up. In this case, you still can see through it to the metal, which I find really exciting. You know that it's a base metal or a basic metal base, and you can add color to make it exciting. It comes in many different colors, and it also comes in metallics, which I've been finding really useful for illuminating. Or in a case like this, I've used the silver on the inside of this piece, and it just turns some light back into you as the viewer and makes the middle a little bit more exciting. A lot of these do have bits and parts of the alcohol inks. These are alcohol inks. This has a combination of things, which leads us into the next category, which is nail polish. And it sounds like a silly thing, but when you think of nail polish and how durable it is and how much abuse our fingernails take, it holds up pretty well. And it comes in a huge variety of colors. You don't need to buy the most expensive. There's this kind of thing these days available at most drug stores for $2 a bottle, which is great. So you can have it translucent, you can have it very opaque, you can have it light, you can have it dark, you can have a glaze. It's limitless, really. And this is all nail polish here. Down here we have some nail polish. Here's nail polish. Interspersed, I don't stick to, if I'm making a piece, I don't say this has to be any one of these things. It can be a conglomerate because I'm just trying to achieve an effect. And then we'll move on into these model paints, which are available at any place that sells model airplanes or car models, that kind of thing. It's an enamel paint. This particular brand is Testors. And in order to cut your Testors, you need to have an enamel thinner, which is available there also. It comes in both matte and shiny, and as I said before, I like to use the matte because it gives me a different surface than many of the other things that I'm using. The next thing we'll go into is Prismacolor, and Prismacolor really calls for putting a ground on the metal, and in order to do that so that the ground sticks, you need to rough up the surface, and we'll be showing you how to prepare all the metals to do that. This takes about 24 hours to dry, so it's something you want to get ahead of yourself on to use and make sure it's well dried. And then you can just use the pencils as is, which result in something like this, or you can use some turpentine and you can blend the colors and soften them a little bit. The next thing that we'll move into is heating with fire, and we just use a torch to coax these colors out of the metal. The last thing that we'll do today is to work with enamels, and we're using Thompson enamels, medium mesh, and a combination of both opaque and transparent, and all the safety things that are necessary to consider when you're using crushed glass. A couple of which would be using masks to prevent particulate inhalation, as well as safety glasses. Both critical things in keeping yourself safe and well.